Okay, good morning, good morning. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Guys, please let me know if you can hear me in the chat. All right. Nathaniel, am I coming through loud and clear or am I choppy? Okay, perfect. All right, thank you, thank you. So let's get to it, guys. Getting over to the charts. All right, and we need to take a look at the dollar really quick because that's what news is for. Man, the dollar already looks like it's going to crash, guys. So at one point, we were here with this double top. All right, 1 second. All right, we were here with this double top, which gave us an indication that maybe it was going to drop, but then it made a triple top, and then it dropped. All right, so yeah, it's all rhyming on time, but getting the alert set. Guys, I think we're going to have a big day for gold, all right, because gold was looking bullish. So really quick, I'm just going to take a quick look at that. But dollar is definitely bearish, and it looks like it's going to hit this level down here at 103.69. All right, so just cleaning up the chart a little bit. Need to get to the daily, see what that was like. All right, get rid of those. And here was that high of yesterday and the low. All right, and we just broke the low of yesterday. So again, anytime you break a low, guys, it typically indicates that price wants to continue falling. So that's what we got. And again, when this news drops in a little bit, we may get that super drop. So we don't want to miss out on this gold opportunity to buy. My team has killed gold yesterday and last week. We caught 600 pips last week. We caught 220 pips this week, actually yesterday. So this morning we might be right back at it. All right, my alerts have already gone off on the dollar. So I need to hurry up and get over to gold really quick and see, what that's looking like. And yeah, guys, gold looks like it's going to shoot to the absolute moon, guys. I'm going to jump the gun. All right, this is not normally how it's done, but I just see a really good opportunity, so I'm going to take it. All right, so there it is, and I'm placing my stop behind this swing, placing my take profit up to this high. All right, guys, so I am buying gold right now. Again, I'm definitely hoping news doesn't make this reverse, but chances are, the chart has already shown us what it wants to do, and we're just, waiting for news to set it on fire. All right, but here's gold, guys. We got 2 minutes on the clock. Let's see. Yeah, so we counting down. Nathaniel, you already know what time it is, bro. We are absolutely killing gold. So here we go again, right? Deja vu. All right, but guys, gold right now. Pre-news again. We are risking. Again, we could bring this up a little bit, right? But we are risking pretty much a $13 move for a $48 move. So we're risking 130 pips to make 480 pips on gold. And guys, I don't know if you've ever made that much on gold, but it's about that time, all right? So it's looking really, really good. Guys, get in where you fit in. Gold for the buy, all right? And again, we're just going to wait this, we're going to wait this out for the next 2 minutes, but gold is looking tremendous. All right. All right, gold. Don't do me wrong now. Don't do me wrong. All right, 1 minute left on the clock. And we're just gonna, I'm just gonna leave it on gold, guys, because we'll know by how gold reacts, what happened with the news, whether it was good or bad. So we need news to be bad so that the dollar can fall. I am a little wary that this is kind of forming a little bit of a channel, which is a bearish reversal pattern. All right, there we go. 9:45. We're getting a little bit of wickage on the candle, but so far, guys, we can see that, it's just, it's not going too drastically down, which is a good thing. All right, but you never really know. We're still in the beginning of it all. All right, but we did take a chance because we had a double bottom here, right? We had a break of the neckline and retest, and then the bulls showed up. So just, doing what we do normally, this is a textbook play to buy. All right, and now, some of the alerts were at the top, we're going off, but we'll see. Let's take a quick look at the dollar. All right, and the dollar is still holding that position that it was, as we started the session. So pretty quick here, guys. Now there is, a bit of a pullback expected. We have a fair value gap right here, and we have a few more above it. But ultimately, we need to go and see what the news results were to see if it came out bad or good. All right, and here we go. So it came out mixed. All right, the manufacturing PMI came out lower than expected, which means we're having the economy is contracting. It's not expanding, so it's not doing well from a manufacturing standpoint. All right, but then in the services standpoint, we are doing good. So we're mixed pretty much. All right, so we don't really know what we're gonna get because of that. But again, the chart has already shown us that it wants to go down. So we'll see in just a little bit. Just keep the alerts in the mix. All right. And we're going to go and take a look at gold once again. All right. Still holding on strong. I really like the fact that we did not dip. All right. We did not reverse on gold right off of the news. That gives me a good sign that we're going to start to take off here. All right, guys. So, just a matter of waiting and being patient. But y'all know how it is. Good things comes to those who wait. All right. So here it is. Once again on the dollar. Okay. Alerts going off all over the place. I mainly have alerts for the gold to rise and dollar to fall. So when these alerts are going off, I know things are going in my favor. All right, guys. Learn to get your alerts set. All right. They will save you, a lot of time of just like staring at a chart. All right. So there we go. Guys, gold. Here we are, and we're getting there. All right, let's go. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's go. All right, we're almost there, guys. There it is, in profit. All right, rising. All my alerts for gold are getting hit. There we go, guys. I don't need no more alerts. We're off to the races. All right. Now, once again, this was a gamble, but you can see that for right now, it is paying off. All right. And the reason why I said it was a gamble, because I took it before news, not knowing what the results of the news would be. All right. Just going off of what market structure was telling me. Clearly, you guys can see we were going down on gold, and then we couldn't get below this low. We made a higher low, another higher low, another higher low. And so with the lows getting higher, that tells me price is rising and breaking above yesterday's high, which is this white line, and then respecting it as support is just also another what we call confirmation that price, wants to continue rising. So right now, guys, here is gold, and we can play another factor into this, which is what's going on with the presidency, right? There's so much uncertainty there, right? Even though things may seem positive for the Democrats, or who knows, it may seem positive for the Republicans. We don't really know for sure, right? Everything's really in the air at the moment. But because of that uncertainty, guys, people don't like that, right? We don't like uncertainty in the market. So when there is uncertainty, people run to the commodities as a safe haven, right? So gold and silver, they are backed by, them being actual physical things of the earth that, we can bank on, right? You know what I mean? So pretty much, we're seeing that on display at the moment where, hey, the manufacturing economy is a little shaky, services is up a little bit, but the presidency is kind of wicky wacky. So let's get into gold. All right. And that's what people have been doing. They've been buying all the way from 23.89, and we're now at 24.24. All right, guys. So again, we probably could have caught it. I think my team did catch it from this. And again, I can show you guys proof of that if you want. Let me know in the chat. But once you are in the mix and you see how we do things, it's true. All right. But again, my man Nathan, you can vouch for it all. But guys, get with me, right? Forexwithbain.com and click on the link for the Discord. I promise you're gonna learn. Promise you're gonna earn, and then we'll be getting to it over and over. All right. So now we're at the top of this channel, right? Which is basically resistance. Okay. It's just a slanted resistance. Okay. That's what those trend lines represent. Just diagonal and sorry, slanted support and resistance. That's just what it all is, right? It's just how we draw it on the chart is in a slanted way. That's all. All right. So again, just going to set the alerts. Now we're going to go and take a look at some other pairs that's correlated with the dollar, like in the majors. And you guys know all about that. But again, just looking at the dollar for right now. So still hanging below. All right. Again, do expect some sort of pullback. So I'm not going to, get weary if gold starts to fall. All right. As the dollar pulls back. All right. It's just the name of the game. That's just how it goes. All right. But most people would fear, gold falling and say, oh man, I'm going to get out of here. And then the next thing you know, gold shoots up to the moon. And they'd be like, damn, I was just in gold for a buy. Why did I close out? Right? Because you don't really understand structure fully and how price action is supposed to move. Therefore, you run away, right? You run out way too early than you should have, and you miss out on the opportunity. All right. But more gold alerts going off. And here is where I'm going to put my Fibonacci. Let's go to, all right, I can probably get away with it here. All right, and there you go. So everything to the fair value gap is where the Fibonacci levels sit. So don't be surprised if we get a little hit up to that area, all right, before we actually do the major fall on the dollar. But regardless, guys, the dollar is set to fall. So again, just hoping that, it does it sooner than later. All right, as we are in a very nice setup on gold that could really take off and grant us 480 pips. Guys, if I get this, if this plays out for me, this will be an epic, last week and this week of trading gold. All right, so, just want to throw that out there. But let's go and take a look at some of the other majors. And let me see if you guys are seeing something. Let's go for sure. All right, want to take a look at NAS. All right, we'll take a look at that real quick. Again, that is related with the dollar as well. They're usually inversely correlated. So if the dollar goes down, NAS typically goes up and vice versa. All right. So look, guys, Tesla is down $11, guys. And that's really 11%. I'm sorry, not $11. We can put on how much money that is. All right. And boom, put in there. It's down $28 on Tesla. And I already called this, guys. I mean, this is all in my Discord. Proven. All right. I told people to get those puts on Tesla. All right. Look, Nas is dropping. My girl Nikki caught this morning. All right. And again, man, so we call this sell. All right. I'm sorry, guys. I'm talking so much, but we caught this sell right here when on Nas, right on the breakout of that trend line of this rising channel. And it just hit our take profit. We caught over 409 points on NAS. And guess what? It probably did the same for SPY. There it is, guys. Our SPY and our NAS trades have hit our take profit for, again, just a huge amount of points on each. And they still look like they're going to fall, which tells me that the dollar should definitely, dollar may rise in that regard. So, man, we may have a bit of an issue. But again, it's not always 100% correlated, meaning if SPY and NAS is falling, that doesn't always mean that the dollar is rising, but typically, that's what it is. It's just now that I see, how far we've dropped and the dollar looking bearish, maybe we could turn around now. So again, it's gonna be a tough call, guys. But I made my bet in gold, and I'm gonna stay in it. It just is what it is. The structure looks good, but now I'm a little concerned. So hold on. All right, so yeah, so we're falling now in gold, and we may reverse. So hold tight, guys. Hold tight. Let me see what it's gonna be, because we may need to get ready to reverse this. All right, but man, gold was looking good. All right, so we do have a bit of a level sitting here. All right, but man, oh man, oh man, we're still mixing. You guys can see that, like, we're still in between. So like, it's super rough. But let's just put it this way. All right, if we lose the gold trade, all right, and we lose 130 pips, right, on gold on the $13 move, again, we can kind of like, push this up to minimize our risk, but it's a good setup. So I'm just going to leave it. And if I lose it, then at that point, I'll know that, I can pretty much try to reverse it and catch it on the way down. But man, I don't really think gold is going to drop, right? I really think it's going to rise. But, this wedge, I'm sorry, this channel is a bearish reversal pattern, all right? But man, my team is killing the indices, and it looks like they are still tanking. Guys, I'm sorry we missed it, all right? We're not going to sell it as it's falling right now, because again, a pullback is expected, all right? So don't do what newbies do, right? Which is, they have fear of missing out. When they see, anything falling, they sell it right away, and if they see anything rising, they buy it right away. But in those scenarios, guys, they are selling low and they're buying high. That's not what we do. We sell high and we buy low, all right? So always remember that. I want to take a quick look at Tesla, guys. All right, wow, just open up with the gap. I had a training yesterday, and I told my team this is what was going to happen, guys. I had a put at $247 on Tesla, which is up here, and Tesla's now at 216. Guys, paid, okay? Paid, absolutely. So, man, things are moving and grooving. Dollar's still down. Let's get down to the lows. See, all right, so dollar's pulling back to the fair value gap as we kind of expected. Let's really get this in full so you guys can see. All right, but man, we are oversold, so dollar may rise a little more than we expect it to, and we may have to switch up. All right, guys, but let's see. You know what I mean? Because news was mixed, and again, the dollar from a market structure standpoint still looks bearish. Triple top, break of the neckline, made a new low, breaking the low of yesterday, right? So again, what I'm thinking or feeling is that we will rise up to the trend line, right? And possibly up into this fair value gap before taking that major fall. So if that happens, again, gold will typically start to fall as well. But gold is holding on strong right now, guys. So, of course, we're hoping for it to go in our favor to the upside. It's only time, will tell. So, alerts on both sides. And we just got to let it, do what it does. But man, Nas is absolutely tanking. So Tesla earnings came out yesterday. Guys, y'all can see that we can pretty much get all the way down to the 1800s, right, on Nas. And looking at it from the daily, man, it looks even better, right, for a sell. So, Nathaniel, to answer your question, bro, long term, Nas is ready for the drop, and I'm talking for a while. So there was that trend line break. Here's another little beauty about Nas, right? Let's go full screen on it, and I'll take you to the weekly. And look, guys, we had a evening star, right? We had the pullback happen, yesterday sometime, and then we had the drop, which is exactly this little pullback. This trend line that you see was really the rising wedge that I showed everybody before we took the sell, either yesterday or Monday, right? Before we took that sell, and we absolutely killed it on Nas. So hopefully my team knew to take off their take profit and catch what we call the Bain train, so that price can continue to fall, or if it continues to fall, they'll still be in that play making money. But guys, everything about NAS is tattletelling for a sell. I would not be surprised if this thing just absolutely tanks for the rest of the week, all right? Because that is what the chart is saying that it should do, right? So the weekly, that evening star, which is a bearish reversal pattern, right, coming down to the daily, all right? And we get to see all the details of that clean trend line break, breaking the lows, and now we're just continuously pushing down. Guys, it's going to be a bloodbath, all right, on these indices right now, especially on NAS. Taking a look at SPY, same exact deal, guys. So, if y'all want to know what to do, or at least, what it may be, I believe, they're all going to fall. Let's take a look at US 30. All right, US 30 is also falling as well, but, I don't know if it's going to get super low. I think it may get to this area right here, and then, we'll see from there. But NAS and SPY, they are definitely going to die. All right, so that's what it is. Let's go back to the dollar, see what's going on. All right, look at that. So the push up for right now kind of seems like it's over. All right, it's never over until it's over, right? So what I'm really hoping for is to see price start to move down and break below these candles. If it does that, I'm going to feel a little better about our gold trade. But at the same token, guys, there's still opportunity for it to go and push up. It's just the nature of price action, right? It's how the market moves. It goes up and down. That's what makes it a market. People are buying, people are selling. So that's just what it is, all right? So again, we may still get this pullback. I'll set some more alerts above price, but we'll take a look at gold and see if we're still okay, and then I'll see if you guys are asking anything. Yep, gold, we're still all right. All right, still pushing up. Again, we have a morning star, right? So I told you guys about NAS and that evening star, but here on gold, we have a morning star, right? Right after a little bit of a double top, I'm sorry, double bottom at support. So again, these are all the signs that were telling us to buy, right? We even broke above this high right here, which was acting as resistance. Now it's acting as a support level, and we are rising on gold. So again, guys, there was, some fear in there, but for right now, we're still looking good on gold. So we're gonna let it rock and roll. But guys, this is how it is in the market, right? It'll shift your emotions in no time, and if you're not strong emotionally, you will absolutely crack, and you will not make it in the Forex market. All right, we are back in profit on gold. Come on, go do your thing now. All right, let's go get it. Um, let's see, guys. Okay. All right. So yes, 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 guys. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button for me. Man, GJ still dropping. Oh boy. So that obviously mean our take profit was smash. Yes, it was. Look at that. Beautiful. Right. So we got in right here at 202,471, and we had a risk to reward of almost 1 to 3. And this was around Monday, right, 12 p.m. And now here we are, 438 pips later, guys. We are killing it, all right? So, again, guys, y'all might want to get in the mix, man. You know, this is just what it is. And he's absolutely right. GJ looks like it still wants to continue to fall, but we do have a little bit of a pit stop right about here, all right? So, watch out for that, or at least look to take your money as it gets down to that level. But guys, we're killing it, man. Like, I don't even feel like we need to trade anymore, to be honest. It's just what it is, right? When things are going so good and then you keep going, that's when, the tables turn, right? But here it is, looking okay so far for our gold play. And again, we're going to try to see what else we can do. All right, so dollar. All right, our dollar looks like it wants to rise, and again, this lines up with gold, right? Odd is one of those countries that is a major producer of gold. So typically, it correlates with whatever gold does. All right. Again, gold is moving up. We're at 24.24. Now we're at 24.25. Right. So again, we're making money on gold, and I think we might want to buy the odd dollar as well, just because it's coming off a nice area of support. There was a very nice order block sitting here that we tapped into nicely, and we're starting to rise from. All right. So again, a lot of alerts on that. We may, looking at it this way on the daily, of course, if I want a bull candle to show up for the next, to show out of this, I'll have to wait a whole day, right? So, that's swing trading, but we can get to a lower time frame like the 2 hour, and we can analyze it from there, and we can see that the bulls have started to show up to where we can take this for a buy, but I would still like to see a few more bulls show up before we actually get into it for a buy. But the odd dollar is looking pretty promising, all right? As we get to a lower time frame, here you can see that we have structured to where I can place a trend line right here, and whoop, there it is, right? Trend line break. We're just getting ready to make this higher low level sitting right about here. All right, so again, all I really need is for the bulls to kind of break above this high, and it's on and popping, guys. I will absolutely take this for a buy, and I will aim for the previous day's high, which will net me roughly 100 pips. All right, so again, time is going to tell. Just waiting for those alerts to go off. Odd dollar is going to be another opportunity for us, guys. So again, lay around for that. All right, but give me one moment here. All right, getting back to gold. And there we go, in profit. So I'm going to put the alerts again once again above price. And I'll set one below it just in case. Because again, you never know. We are coming up against an area that we got to be concerned about, which is this resistance area. So like I mentioned, if we start rejecting this and the bears start showing up, we could reverse, right? And in that situation, we may want to change our position, but we want to give it some time. All right, so here I'm gonna stretch this out in there. So what will make me change my position, guys, on gold is if we break below support, right? We come here and retest it as resistance, and then the bears show up breaking this trend line. And really, I would want it to break the low of the previous day too, but this is enough to tell me that we have a change in the direction of going from up to now going down. And if this happens, then I'll look to sell gold here. I'll place my stop up here or above here, and then I'll be aiming for the low of yesterday down here. All right, so I will make up pretty much whatever I lost. In that regard. So here's another little quick tip. All right. So again, we've made our bet as far as our risk is concerned, but just because you got into a trade doesn't mean things are set in stone, right? With your stop loss and your take profit, it can always be changed. It can always be adjusted. So if I want, I can move my stop loss from here and just place it right below support. So instead of risking that 13-point move, now I'm risking just a 7-point move. So what that means is instead of losing 130 pips, I'm only losing 70 pips if the trade happens to go against me. Again, guys, it's what you can do, all right? But I'm going to leave it at 13. This is just my preference because I see that, this is a bit of an order block that it can tap into and, touch this trend line before rising again, all right? That's just, veteranship and, being on the chart to know, like, things that price can do around certain areas, all right? But like I said, I'm just going to, make my bed and I'm going to lay in it. Right now, I do not like the rejection that is given, and it is what it is, right? But I have my game plan to take advantage if there is some potential reversal that's going to happen on gold. All right. So again, let's just go back, take a look at the dollar for a little bit. All right, and there we go. Like I said, we are rising. Oh no, it's pushing down. So let's get some more alerts to the downside. And so this is starting to get a little better in terms of, look, you know, SBL didn't get an ass, but it's moving. Look, this is my team just going in, right? They know what time it is. All right, guys, we really killed this week. We do not need to trade anymore, but you know, I'm doing it for the education of the people, and I really want you guys to, you know, get an understanding, see what it's like, you know, and hear somebody who doesn't, you know, give it to you in terms that, you know, are encyclopedia words, right? So if you got questions, you got comments or concerns, please pop them in the chat, guys. I'm more than happy and willing to answer them. All right, so here we go. Just gonna check on you guys. All right, it's all good. All right, so let's get back to it, and we're gonna monitor this just for a little bit, and hang tight with me, guys. Just want to check on something. I'll be right back with you. All right, guys, just a few more moments. Again, I'll be right back with you guys. Hang tight. All right, guys, I'm back. Thank you for being patient. Appreciate that. All right. Now dollar is just pushing down. So let's take a look at our gold trade. All right, and look at that. Got right to our support area and it's starting to push back up. So we could definitely get a nice rise, get back in profit, and who knows, maybe break above our resistance area and really start to get in the money. All right, guys. So let's see what it's going to be. All right. So far, so good. All right. Okay, guys, things are moving very nicely. All right, I'm going to take a look at those indices one more time. Tesla, oh my God. Y'all gonna hear about it in the news if y'all haven't already, but wow, wow, wow. That's still dropping. SPY still dropping. US 30 still dropping. Again, you guys could have took advantage of this, 2 days ago and like caught a whole bunch of points like my team did, but we're done. All right, we're just done. And then GJ, all right, it's getting rejection as it's getting close to that support. All right, but let's look at that odd dollar. And guys, we may have our second play of this morning happening right now. Look at that. Look how beautiful price respects this support area. And again, I didn't even draw it, picture perfect, right? Because here is where our order block is down here. All right, this is our last bear candle before we had a major push up. And then again, you can see a little bit of consolidation right here in this area, which will ultimately act as support when we push it out to the left, just like that. You see what I'm saying? So guys, just knowing how to read the chart is, half the battle, right? Patience and waiting for your setup is the other battle, right? Not just taking any trade just because you see candles moving up or down, all right? But I like this, right? So it's 10 minutes left for this candle to close. If this candle closes in any kind of bullish, as any kind of bullish candle with major body, guys, we will be taking a buy on the odd dollar and we probably will, see good profits on it, right? We have 100 pip uh, take profit potential and maybe even more just depending on how things go. All right, so again, going to let this count down, and if we can get above these highs, it is time to rock and roll. So what I'll do is I'll put a little bit of a level right there, all right, like that, and we'll make it red. Okay, guys, again, now is the time for your questions, concerns, or any pairs that you guys want to take a look at, right? Get to know this stuff and, get the clarity to come through, right? All right, so we're gonna look. So it's always gonna do its dance. But like I said, once it starts hitting my alerts and it gets above this resistance, oh boy, all right, we're gonna be really having a good time trading the odd dollar up into the levels that it looks like it's gonna reach. And man, from the higher time frame, especially from the daily, yes, we could fall, right, where we break all this, but you can just see this is a very strong level and it has been for quite some time. Just, looking all left, if I extend this out, you guys can see major resistance area, right? Drop, drop. And then once we broke, it held it, rose, held it, rose, held it, rose, held it, and then major drop. So now again, we can have that one more time where we have a major rise. And again, guys, it just, it looks picture perfect. All right. So we'll see again what it's going to be in a little bit in the next, 10 minutes if the candles start to get above that level on the lower time frame. All right. So just keeping a bird's eye view on it and getting those alerts in. All right. So again, we don't necessarily have to stare. We can go to something else and look at some of those other major pairs. All right. So hang tight for that. All right. All right. So here we go. That was the odd dollar. Let's go over to euro dollar. All right. And euro dollar did fall. All right. But now you can kind of see that we're getting a pullback. So my team was expecting this, right? We get that pullback to the order block, and then we were going to be looking for a selling opportunity. But as of right now, um, it just looks bullish, right? So I'm just going to get some alerts to see if it's going to rise. All right. But you can see how we tapped into this order block sitting right here, right? This is mainly our doji, our indecision candle, and we got right to it, guys, before price decided that it was going to start its pullback and potential reversal, right? Let's look at it from a higher time frame. Yeah, look at that. So just a run, a pullback, a run, and this is all a pullback, right? So again, we can get another run to go and break above these highs, guys, on the Euro USD. So it is looking very promising for a buy as well, all right? Just, we have a bit of a pit stop as we get up to this order block. So I'm just going to fine tune this order block a little better. All right, there it is, like that. And we'll let the alerts let us know what's going on. Let's get some more alerts on gold so we can know that we got our monies. All right. So again, just slowly but surely trying to get out of that trend line, that channel. All right. And hopefully we get out of there. But right now it seems a little challenging for gold. All right. But I do like how we came down and we rejected support pretty nicely. All right. To the point where we got the bulls to show up from there. So it's just telling me that, hey, it's still respecting this level that it broke, as support, which is really, really good. Again, I'm going to put this, look, it even tapped into this fair value gap. So here is the order block here. All right, so again, getting my stop just right below that because, again, we could just get in the middle and then kind of turn around. All right, guys, it's a lot of fear, that the market will try to inflict on you, right, to get you to move. And I mean, get out when I say move, right? And they're like, all right, he's out. Let's run it in his favor. And, you curse at the gods and you break everything around you and you wonder why, it's like that. And there's numbers of reasons for that. But just ultimately, guys, if you rock with me, I'll teach you how to get that under control and how to, let your trades play out, right? We can do it in demo so you guys aren't risking real money. We can do it in our trainings to where you guys can see, how price actually plays out, in a replay mode, right? So you like, you guys talk about replay, what's that all about? How does that work? Boom, 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 right? We can get to that. So, just come on over and, see what's going on. All right. But again, guys, hit that like and subscribe button for me. I really appreciate that love. All right. So, dollar CAD. Actually, let's not skip. Let's go pound dollar. All right, so we got odd dollar and euro dollar. We're waiting for those alerts to go off. All right, we're going to look at pound dollar from a higher time frame, and it looks bullish as well, guys. So this is now definitely a support line. All right, come on, get these alerts out of the way. All right, boom. So we have support now. I'll get rid of this for right now. We don't need it. And guys, this is a low. this is a high. If I place Fibonacci, which is a tool that we use a lot, by the way, to determine how far price is going to pull back in a scenario, right? So it's telling us these orange lines, right, are where we are expecting price to pull back to before it continues to rise. And we've had, we've gotten that pullback so far right to the 61.8 level, which is what we call, the golden zone, or in a buying situation, this is your discount area right below the 50. And it's looking really, really good for a buy right now. All right. Especially because we got some bulls to show up on the daily time frame. There's obviously 6 hours left on this daily candle for it to close. All right. So pretty much what this is saying, guys, is that if this candle closes as a bull candle in the next 6 hours, then that is going to be the confirmation that we need to buy the pound dollar, which means by tomorrow, okay, let me just get this adjusted a little better, which means by tomorrow, uh, that will be the day to buy pound dollar, right? And after that, guys, we're getting up at least to any one of these Fibonacci levels that, that it says price should get to. And that's 277 pips, guys. All right. We've already caught over 200, 300 pips on GJ. We already caught over 200 pips on gold, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, we're really, really getting to it. All right. So come on through. Right. But let's get these alerts set on pound, because, boy, it's about to go down. All right. Get out of that. All right. We get down to the 4 hour. All right, there goes gold, right, and odd dollar. Gold and odd dollar, 24.25. We're rising. All right, guys, let's take a look at. I'm really going to buy GJ. I'm sorry, not GJ, GU. All right, because we're creating this fair value gap, which shows imbalance, and that the institutions are in the mix. All right, and it's on a higher time frame, which is the 4 hour that we're on right now. So again, we will get a bit of a pullback into this area, possibly before rising, or we could just rise, right? But either way, we're at a very, very good position to buy the pound dollar. All right, and I want to look at this from a manipulation standpoint, just to give you guys a quick lesson. All right, so I dropped down to the 15-minute time frame. All right, here's that fair value gap that I drew on the 4 hour. I'm going to just put it here to get it out the way for now. But what I'm looking at is what happened in the Asian session, which is this light blue area in the background. So I'm highlighting it, and I'm putting my consolidation box on it because it consolidated mostly during that time frame. And then guess what? Out of the Asian session, guys, this is what happened. We took out the low, and that is typically the manipulation, right? So we made a double bottom, right? And then as we took out the low, and then guess what? We went and took out the high of the Asian session. But if this was the manipulation, well, this was the intended move. So the manipulation down out of the Asian session, which you guys can see is right here, right? This is the Asian session ended. We went into London. We pushed down. We took out the low. We swept it cleanly with that wick. And then we had a bullish engulfing candle. After that, guys, price did a little dance sideways, and then it took off. So if we were in this trade since 5, here was the entry right here at 4:30 in the morning, right? Till right now, let's see how many pips is going up so far. Technically, it's at 35 pips, right? And it took 6 hours for it to do that. But again, it was waiting on news, was a factor to that as well. But now it's looking really, really good for the buying opportunity. All right. So again, just getting these alerts fine tuned. When you get to the lower time frame, guys, you can really push those alerts in the areas that you need them to be. And it's always the closer the better. All right. Because you'll get to know that price is moving before it goes too far, right? Where you miss it. All right. But guys, odd dollar, let's see. All right. We're getting closer and closer to breaking above that resistance area. So trust me when I tell you guys, if we get a candle, right, of the body to close above resistance, we're going to buy odd dollar, and we're probably going to have a very good day on that. All right. So far, it's giving us a bit of imbalance here, but the candle's not closed yet. So again, it's always just a waiting game. All right. And if you guys have questions about fair value gaps and balance, whatever that is, you know what I mean? Pop it in the chat. And again, I'll break it down for you. All right. But guys, things are starting to line up really, really good. Our gold alerts are going off. So let's get back to gold and see. Look at that. We back in profit, baby. we are back in profit. So we got in at 24.24 and we're at 24.25, 26. So we're up about 10 to 20 pips. Need to get some more alerts, right? And again, this is how, I can tell whether or not I'm winning or losing, just depending on where I set the alerts and, for what pairs and what have you, right? Again, Bitcoin is doing some things. I heard that, who was it? Uber. Uber wants to start using Bitcoin, guys. So that should boost it. And look, Bitcoin is rising. What do you know, right? It's just putting two and two together, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So here, really, Bitcoin was consolidating for a bit. You guys will see it on a higher time frame, and there it is, right? So we were once at that 16, and then we popped up to, 70K roughly, and now we're just kind of consolidating in the moment, right? I'll get rid of this. I was just analyzing it last night with my team to see, what some expectations are on Bitcoin. But we all know, guys, Bitcoin is the future. Long term, it will skyrocket, right? It'll be at 100K, then 200K, and so forth and so forth. But right now, it's just consolidating, and it's not a good time to really buy or sell it, right? But you can see that we can easily kind of like get up out of here, right? Because that's what it's been doing, rising. This is just a higher low, and now, if we can get above that resistance, right, then we'll definitely start to rise even higher. Look, 100K is not far away at all. All right. And the highest I think Bitcoin has gotten is about 70 something, right? 73K roughly. All right. So you guys can look out for that because, again, it is looking potential. We're getting potential. Got this nice fair value gap right here where, again, the institutions are playing a part, right? Uber is getting their situation, right, ready, to incorporate Bitcoin into their payment system, guys, and that's going to be huge, right? Y'all know what it is. You know what I mean? Everybody using Uber. I don't care if you're using Uber Eats, Uber to drive, Uber to, get driven, right? You are in the mix with that, and it is, one of the major technologies or, services, if you will, of our time right now. So, guys, Bitcoin looking promising, right? You can take a buy position now if you want to, right? Like this, where you stop right below that fair value gap, and then you can aim for the gusto, right? Always at least just get a 1 or 2, where you're risking $1 to make $2, right? And this little, quick depiction is, $1 to make almost. Let's just make it 4 even. All right, boom, and that's at 93K, guys. Don't be surprised when y'all review this in the past, because this is recorded, and you see how we easily predicted, Bitcoin going up to almost 100K. Who knows how long this will take, right? But things are looking promising. All right, so that's just that. Let's get back over to where we were on, I think it was pound dollar. All right, it's getting ready. All right, so we're gonna wait some more. Euro dollar. All right, doing a little dip, odd dollar. Look, you see, this is why we didn't buy it yet, right? Because again, it's resistance, right? And it's having a battle right now between the support area and that resistance area, which is why we needed to break above resistance to get the feel that it really wants to rise up, and that the bulls were strong enough to break above that area. All right, so that's what we want now. At the same token, right, while it's falling, is really when you want to buy it, right? We don't really want to buy it as it's rising. We want to buy it as it's falling, right? But you got to have some kind of game plan, right? You got to have some kind of strategy, and knowing that, this wants to, you got signs that this wants to go up, and you know that you're just catching it from a low point so that you can have a lower risk. Okay, guys, that's what the name of the game is all about. It's just risk management, right? You're going to lose trades, right? A lot of people just, I was watching Charlene FX, and she was talking about, trading for her friends and family, and how that, she doesn't do that because a lot of people just can't take the L's, right? You know what I mean? They expect you to flip their money and make them rich overnight and whoop the whoop the whoop. But the reality is, guys, you lose way more in the beginning, that is, right, than you win. You know what I'm saying? But as you lose, you learn. And as you learn, you get better. And as you get better, you start winning more. And as you start winning more, your L's become a lot less, right? You understand what I'm saying? So it's just one of those things, guys, where, if you're not prepared to take any losses, don't step into any kind of trading whatsoever. All right, you're going to be hurt. You're going to blame everybody and anything else other than you, right? Not being able to control your emotions and understand that L's come with the game. The moment, as a trader, you accept that, I promise you everything will change, right? Because you won't look at it as, you don't know what you're doing. You won't look at it as, oh, the markets are gunning for you. You won't look at it as, oh, this is a scam. You won't look at it as, oh, it's not going to work for you. You're not going to look at it in that vision, right? You know what I mean? You're not going to look at it that kind of way. You're going to look at it like, you know what? What is it that I'm doing that is causing me to take these L's? And the deeper you dive into that, oh boy, you're going to get the answers, right? Seek and you shall find, right? That's how it go. You know what I'm saying? And that's how it really is. You know what I mean? If closed mouths don't get fed, and if you're not looking to solve a problem, you're not going to solve it, right? You're not going to find out, what it is. But, enough preaching, right? Let's get some more setups, all right? So we know we're waiting on AU, we're waiting on GU, all right? Possibly EU. All right, so some alerts were going, but let's get a few more on the chart. Again, guys, hit that like and subscribe button for me. Come on over to the team and my Discord, forexwithbain.com. I'll pop it in the chat for you guys really quick. 100. Hey, Ghost, what's good? All right, there you guys have it. All right, and let's see. So New Zealand dollar. Let's get higher time frame and see what's what. Again, fellas, appreciate that love, man. Y'all always show up, always represent, always support. And again, I will never forget about you guys. Trust and believe, all right? But here we go. So again, major drop on New Zealand dollar. And again, what goes down must come up. What goes up must come down. Either way, guys, we may get a bullish reversal on New Zealand dollar as well. All right. So here is a major order block. I'm just taking the body of it right now and bringing it on over. We tapped into it very nicely, might I add. Okay, but as we go to a lower time frame, guys, we can really fine tune that order block because it's really not this huge as you see it. When we go down, like let's say the 2 hour. All right, and let's see, we can slide on over. All right, and there we have it. So right up in here, look, the order block really is all the way down here. All right, really about right there. That's the main order block. All right, that's our last bear candle before price just completely started rising. All right, we do have a bit of a level right here. Okay, that's acting as support. All right, so we can draw that out. And now when we come back over to where price is, we can read all that stuff from the past. And look, I drew this green line way over there in the past. I didn't draw it right here, but look where it ended up, or look where price ended up respecting this area, the support area, before it started to rise. So once again, guys, we could be getting ready for a bullish reversal on these major pairs. And look at this, look at the down movement, right? But what do we, I'll put a line on, shout out to my man Kimani, right? The line chart, right? To help us fine tune our trend line. So I'll take it from this high and I'll just bring it straight on down. We have our two touches. Here's one touch of a high. Here's the second touch of a high. And now you can see we just broke the trend line barely, right? But we broke it. All right. So now bringing the candles back on. All right. Here it is. And now you can see it from a candles perspective, how we got that trend line break. And now, we got a little bit of a fair value gap just getting created. Now, it's not solidified just yet because that candle hasn't closed yet. But this is where it will be if the candle just kind of continues on with the way that it's moving. All right, and we got 19 minutes left on it. So again, we don't really know that this fair value gap is going to be there. Nonetheless, guys, we're getting some kind of level of support and some kind of indication that the bulls have shown up, right? That's what it's really all about, guys. Just trying to read what price is telling you to, you know, stack probability in your favor, you know, one side or another, and then take the trade in that direction, right? It's just a game of probabilities. You're never going to get it all right, but you're probably going to get it more right when you have probability on your side, right? You understand? People don't even know how to stack that. You know, they don't even know how to know if they have probability on their side or not, right? And that's just, you know, why they have a hard time, all right? But New Zealand dollar, odd dollar, pound dollar, guys, all looking really good for the buy. So let's see if dollar's still falling or if it went to go get that pullback. All right. Wow, look at that. Very heavy indecision candle. So let's get down in 15, see all the details. All right. And again, out the Asian session really, you know, it doesn't really count on the dollar, but still it consolidated. And then guess what? Took out the high. And then it took out the low and it kept falling. All right. So once again, guys, we're doing a little dance right now. Its price is just going sideways. So I am still expecting a little bit of a deeper pullback, right, into any one of these fair value gaps, and then we'll start to push on down. But dollar's still looking bearish at the moment. All right, especially from a higher time frame. Let's get back up to, you know, the 4 hour, and there you see it, right? So just, you know, just looking bearish. That's all. There's a fair value gap here that we look like we tapped into. So, you know, who knows if we're really going to start rising up from this. Okay. But for now, that may be why, you know, we're getting a little, you know, sidewaysness, right? But again, guys, we got it mapped out, right? We know that this is a huge bear candle breaking yesterday's low, all right? Now you can't see it on the 4 hour because, you know, this candle still got 16 hours left on it. Sorry, 16 minutes left on it, right? But if we go down to the 2 hour, there we go. We see that it actually broke, right? There it is on that candle at around 7 a.m. is when we got below there. And then we had news after that. You know, news did a little wiki wacky, right? And now we're just starting to go ahead and push down. So it does look like we got a bit of a retest here, right? I'm expecting a deeper pullback, but who knows? This could be all the pullback that we're going to get and we start to fall, right? It's just, you never really know what you're going to get, guys, but you can kind of get an idea of what should happen, all right, or what potentially could happen, and that's kind of what we go off of, right? It's just what it is. So all these fair value gaps that we see to the downside, these are just areas for price to, you know, gravitate to balance them out, or, you know, try to you know, just take the liquidity, right? The money that sits in those areas, right? And here's your biggest liquidity at the swing of where price fell to get lower and then it started to rise, right? Notice how here, right, price fell to get lower and then it rose. And then notice how here price fell to get higher, and then it fell. Guys, I promise y'all, this stuff will start making a whole lot of sense to you, but you got to show up, you got to get in the mix, and you got to really want it, right? Don't just get into it because you heard that you can make a lot of money. You know, you see your friends doing, you know, crazy stuff with whatever they're buying and, you know, getting into, and you're just like, yeah, I want that. Well, if that's going to be your motivation and drive, it's not motivation at all, to be real with you, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, you need something way more concrete, right? You know, if you got kids or you got a situation that you want to get out of, you know, whether it's health, finance, mentally, spiritually, whatever it is, guys, you know, this can help, right? It's just one of those things. All right. Everybody knows that it's life changing, but nobody wants to really put in the work to make it such. All right. So, guys, I'm not about that. All right. I'm about putting in the work. All right. I've been doing this for a minute, and I'll probably be doing it for the rest of my life because it is just that nice. All right. And yeah, you know, that's what we at. That's what we on. All right. So again, guys, y'all rock with me some more because again, it's going to take a little bit of time, right, for some of these to play out to where we're ready, right? See, our dollar's not there yet, still wants to play around. I'm leaving my alerts where it needs to be. Euro dollar probably doing a little drop as well, right? So not ready yet for the buy. Pound dollar, same situation, all right? But New Zealand dollar doing this thing. So, you know, we're looking at that and we're saying, hey, you know, um, it's just not ready, right? So we're not rushing anything, we're not forcing anything, we're just being patient, right? And a lot of people just can't do that. They hate to be patient, and it just doesn't pay off. All right, but here we go. Look at this. So dollar CAD, all right, it looks bullish, right? It looks bullish, but look, it ran up a good amount so far. So like I said, what goes up, must come down. And again, it's not giving any bearish vibes at the moment, but we'll put on the line chart and we can see that very close by we have this high, okay, where it's acting as resistance, and it is a liquidity area because it is a swing point. Price came up here and then it's a reverse down drastically. So a lot of people sold from this area and they have their stop losses sitting behind here. That's why we call it liquidity, guys, because it's their money sitting behind this high. That's why we got the dollar sign. All right. And pretty much we can get up to this, tap into it, take the money, and then fall. Right? That's just really what it is. All right. So here I'm going to map out this low. All right. This will be another area of liquidity. All right. To where we, after we reject this, take the money here. We're like, okay, where's the rest of the money? Oh, it's down here. All right. Push it on down, grab that money. And then where's the rest of the money? All right. And then that's how it goes, guys. They're just looking to see where the money at. Right? If y'all know where the money at, well, y'all can take advantage of those same kind of moves. Right? It's not rocket science. I promise y'all. It seems like it, right? These candles, y'all ain't never seen these things before, and they never used to look this pretty either. All right, that's a whole nother conversation, right? But just thank God for TradingView, right? They on top of the game, but it wasn't always this beautiful to trade, and switch things up, maneuver a chart, and what have you, right? But it is now, so it just is what it is. All right, but getting some alerts on dollar CAD, we're gonna see if it's going to go and grab the money above and do a nice sweep or a hunt and then fall, or if it doesn't go and get it, right? Maybe it's had enough of moving up so far, grabbing liquidity from this high and this high, right? And maybe that's enough for it to start coming on down. All right, New Zealand dollar is doing something. All right, let's get down to the lower time frame, get in there. All right, look, so at one point it was falling, right? Now it's starting to rise up. So again, you never know what you're going to get until you get what you need, and then you just go ahead and take your trade, right? We don't overthink, all right, at least in my group, right? We get what we need, we pull the trigger, all right? All right, scared money don't make no money, right? If you don't bust a move, it'll never be, right? That's just what it is, all right? So dollar, are you rising? Here we go. It looks like it. So you can see from the 1 hour perspective, we're getting wicks, right? Wicks below the candle, guys, represent the rejection of bears, right? So it's showing you that bulls are pushing price up when the bears have pushed it down. So with that being said, again, we can now probably go and have a deeper stop loss. But again, it's not set in stone. The candle's not closed. It's still 10 minutes left. My team knows that when we train on Sundays and we're in our replay mode, we see how price will, okay, I'm gonna leave this here, but we see how price will, a candle will look like this as we're going into replay mode. But then when the candle actually closes, it looks completely different than how it looked it before it was closed, right? So we don't really count this right now, right? In the next 10 minutes, we will count this for what it is. See how this candle's closed? It's not moving. And we can tell that this was an indecision candle. So price can either start to rise or fall, right? Because it doesn't really know what it wants to do, right? But then what if this candle closes with more bearish body than this candle? Well, then we're still in a good position for the dollar to fall, all right? Gold at 24.28, guys. We got in at 24.24. We are up 40 pips. I'll switch over to it. And there you have it, guys. Nice and pretty, all right, as we expected. So remember that fear that we had a little earlier where we're like, oh, man, it could possibly fall? Well, there goes that fear. Guys, we are in profit right now. All right. And like I said, if we break above, let's get to the lower time frame. And if this is going, right, here goes New Zealand dollar probably rising. Dollar CAD may be falling, right? And the one I'm really waiting on is that odd dollar. That's the one that looks the best. All right. And again, it does what gold does. So gold is already starting to rise, but that odd dollar was just pushing down a little bit. All right, so look, I'm looking at that red resistance line, and I'm waiting to see, are you going to break? Are you going to give me a candle that opens and closes below it? So I get all the way down to the minute time frame. And look, I can still read structure, guys. This is run, pullback, run, pullback, run, pullback, run, pullback. And now we on another run. And guess what? We just broke above that red resistance line. All right, but let's wait for this candle to close. 22 seconds on it. Let's go, baby. Let's go from 24.24 to 24.30. We made 60 pips, guys. If y'all rock with me this morning, y'all made 60 pips on gold in probably an hour. You understand what I'm saying? And that's off a micro lot. Okay, or let's do the math. Micro lot gives you a dollar per every dollar movement on gold on a micro lot will give you $1. Okay, and every dollar move on gold on a mini lot will give you $10. And then every dollar move on a standard lot on gold will give you $100. So if you took out a micro, you're up $6, right? If you took out a mini, you're up $60. And if you took out a standard, you're up $600, guys, all in less than an hour. That is the power of trading. So please understand, right? This is very, very possible. I'm showing it to you live. This isn't pre-recorded. You understand what I'm saying? We got into this all off the muscle of what the chart was telling us, and just, kind of incorporating that fundamental news of what happened with PMI this morning. But here we go. Right now, look, first we had a candle close above, right? The body was still below resistance, but we had it close outside. And now we had a candle open and close above this resistance line. Guys, we should rock and roll. Here comes odd dollar. Guys, we about to eat. All right, it's pushing up. Look how it came right to that area, that support area, and started to rise. So now I'm waiting for it to break above resistance. If it does it, guys, we're getting an odd dollar, and we're going to make a killing on that. It's just that simple. Man, oh man, I can't wait. Guys, hit that like and subscribe button for me. Share the channel. And again, ask your questions, guys. I'm here for you. All right, let's go. Let's go. Let's get it in, guys. I'm excited about odd dollar. All right, so I'm going to stay on this lower time frame for a little bit. Again, if there's any pairs that you guys want to take a look at, please go ahead and pop it in the chat. Okay. And again, I love seeing my alerts come up. All I do is read them. But most of the time, I know how I set them. So if they go off, I already know what's going on. I don't really need to read them. But, I stay reading them regardless. It's just, habit. All right. But come on, odd dollar. You can do it, baby. Notice how when gold started to push up, odd dollars started to push up, right? We were pushing down, right? And again, this is what you guys need to see. You need to see how price goes up, down, up, down, up, down. So you can know that, man, your emotions will get tested, right? They will try you. You understand what I'm saying? It's just what it is. All right. But look, we're getting up there. Now gold is at 24.31. We got in at 24.24. Guys, we eating. Please lock in profits. All right. And this is what I mean when I say that. All right. So people always wonder. All right. So look, our stop loss is down here, right? It's at 24.10. And we're risking pretty much 130 pips to lose if the trade goes against us. But right now we are in profit, right? Roughly about 60 pips. Okay. So when I say lock in profits, all I really mean is move this stop loss above your entry price. So now you can see that if the trade goes against me, I won $25. That's just basically what that is. And the trade is risk-free now, meaning if it goes against me, I'm not taking an L. It's gonna close out as a win, right? That's what moving your stop loss means, right? So a trailing stop loss means the same exact thing, except that it does it automatically without you having to do it. You say, hey, I want you to move every time gold goes up a $5 move, I want you to move. And that's pretty much it, guys. You know what I'm saying? So when gold goes up 5 points, your stop loss moves up. And then if it keeps going up, it keeps moving up. So eventually it'll get above your entry price, making your trade risk-free, locking in your profits. But additionally, it's going to keep locking in your profits as price keeps going up. Guys, it's not difficult. All right. It's not difficult. But y'all got to rock with me. All right. You know what I'm saying? I know how it is out there. It's rough. Economy's rough. We got a lot of shit coming, right? Recession coming. We don't know who's going to be president. You know, it's talks of wars, all these kind of, secret blackouts and, attacks and what have you on the way and things like that. But just, minus all the major stuff, right? Inflation is high, right? The cost of living is ridiculous. Don't y'all want to have something in y'all back pocket that y'all can, tap into to try to, run it up? I mean, I know I do. So if that's you, all right, and yes, I'm talking to you, all right, if that's you, come on through, man. Like, stop playing around and, get in the mix and start learning this stuff, because you'll be surprised. You'll get this stuff before you know it. My team is awesome. They are absolutely awesome. They are supportive. They give you guys the education when I'm not around, right? And we get to it. So please, guys, don't try to talk yourself out of it, right? You know what I'm saying? Do yourself a favor and just see what it's like, right? You know what I'm saying? Talk to me, DM me, do whatever you got to do. I'll hook you up, right? I'll let you see. I'll give you a trial. It's nothing to it because I know what time it is. All right. But here it is. We locked in profits. We got rid of our risks, and we're just gonna let this bad boy ride out. We got the alert set, and we're gonna let it do what it's gonna do. But here's the thing that I'm most excited about is that we broke that level of resistance with imbalance, guys. So we got 2 minutes left on this candle, and pretty much the imbalance right here is what I'm talking about, where the institutions are now a part of the trade, right? Showing you that they have put in enough money to push price up to where it gapped uh between, the buyers and the sellers. All right. But again, it's just, little things like this that give us an edge in the market of knowing, how to get into a trade, how to stay in it for so long, or when to get out, and things like that, guys. It will all make sense just once you get the basics, and once you practice it a little bit. That's all it's really about. And then being patient. All right. So let's look at odd dollar really quick. um Again, I know my alerts would go off, but we're almost there. All right. And look, we got imbalance with this as well, right? Just a huge little gap between these three candles, and it may close like this. All right. We got a minute left on it. So it may very well give us this fair value gap that I'm mapping out right now. All right. And if it does, guys, we may see a huge rise. All right. Okay. So again, just patience and $100. All right, guys. Anybody ever flipped 100 to 1,000? Raise your hand or put "I did" in the chat. But if you didn't, all right, I think it's time for you to come on through. Okay, that is a great feeling to take such a small amount of money, respectively, right, and turn it into something that could pay your car note, help towards your rent, right? Daycare, whatever you got going on. You know what I'm saying? It can help. All right. And you can do that in a relatively small time. It's really all about the setup. It's not about you just hitting buy and sell. All right. That's the biggest misconception, in my opinion, with a lot of traders. They just feel like they can get in here and they can hit buy or sell and they can make as much as everybody else. But no, that's not how that goes. Right. It's just not how that works. All right. So we did create a fair value gap on gold. We're retesting it as we speak. All right, so let me get the chart all nice and pretty for you guys. Sorry that it's, a little out, but there it is, right? So between this candle right here, and this candle, we created this gap right there. And price is now testing that gap, and we'll see eventually if it's going to respect it and rise, or if it'll start to try to break below it somehow. All right, but for right now, we are respecting it. And that is great news for us because we are now from 24. Hey, how about that? Today's the 24th, and we got in at 24. Guys, if y'all play the lotto, maybe y'all want to go ahead and put 24 on that Powerball. All right. Yeah, y'all might hit something today. All right. But here it is. We're at 24.30. All right. So again, 50 pips up, and we can still keep rising. All right. So we'll get off a goal. One more time, I want to take a look at odd dollar. All right, we're getting there. We are getting there, right? So again, just waiting for that break above. And if we get it, guys, we are rocking and rolling with odd dollar. And I think those two trades will take us home for the day, guys. We won't need to do anything else. Again, we could probably get in pound dollar. We can probably get in euro dollar and New Zealand dollar, right? You guys can kind of even pick your poison on all of that. But my point is, you don't need a million trades to have, good profit, right? You just need really good setups. That's it. And then you load up with a lot size that won't break the bank, right? That won't blow your account, right? And you let that bad boy ride, and you'll be surprised. All right, you'll be like, damn, I just took one trade and I made two bands. That's crazy. No, that's how it goes. You feel me? So again, looking at pound dollar, like we're on the 30, but we need to get higher to, like, let's see, the 2 hour. Where was that fair value gap? Was it the 4 hour? All right, it was on, yeah, it looks like it was here. You see, let me see, hold on. Okay, so let's go 2 hour. 4? Okay, I think it was the 4 hour, but maybe oh yeah, because that candle wasn't closed yet. So hold on. All right, there goes the gap from a 4 hour standpoint, but a 2 hour, okay, it's really right here, like that. All right, so again, guys, we got potential. We have a lot of potential. We manipulated the low. So we took out the low of yesterday and the low of the Asian session. We reversed, took out the high, broke above the high of the Asian session, pulled back. Created a fair value gap. Probably going to pull back to it a little more, and then we're going to start to take off. All right. But I want to stick around to at least, see what happens with this odd dollar, right? And then we'll call it a day, because right around 12, right, is when you should have already been in your plays from earlier in the morning, right? 6, 7, 8, 9 o'clock is really where it's time to rock and roll, right? Where you get in early, right? The early bird gets the worm around those times. Um, and you chill for the rest of the day, right? You made your bed and you just lay in it, right? So we got in gold, and we're up right now. It's a risk-free trade, so we can even, we got our take profit set, but we can take the take profit off if we want to. It's just you don't want to do it so prematurely, right? You want to do it as price gets closer to your take profit, and then you take it off. That way you can catch what we call the Bain train. All right, and that's just where price continues to go in your favor more than where you expected it to go. All right, so you just keep riding it and riding it and riding it, the Bain train. All right. Again, few more minutes. So I'm on the 1 hour, but if I go to the 1 minute, all right, getting all the details here, I think in the next 5 minutes, all right, so we'll wait for like the next 5 candles to see if we're going to start jumping on the odd dollar or not. All right, and if not, then we'll just let it go. But you guys know what I'm looking for, right? And you guys know what you should be looking for, and that is a break above that resistance area to take the odd dollar long. All right. If you want, again, join the Discord, because I will keep everybody informed and updated of what's going on with this pair, because we're here to make money. So any plays and any opportunities that are lined up, my team is going to know about it. All right. So again, guys, just don't want to have to keep you forever waiting on this, but we will give it the next 5 minutes. So it's right now 11:05, so we'll give it to 11:10. We should see 5 candles in that time frame, and by then, hopefully, we're at least trying to break above resistance at that point, to where we can say, okay, yeah, we'll take it. All right. Our oil trade alert, or my oil alert, just went off, and I think I only had oil to rise. I forgot, but let's see. And we killed oil too. Okay. Oil looks like it's going to fall. All right. And guys, typically when oil falls, the dollar rises, right? You know what I mean? But like I told you, it's not always correlated in that manner. But man, oil looks like it's going to fall right now. Let me be quiet and see if we can get us an opportunity here while we wait on the odd dollar. All right. Here's the low of yesterday. Here's the high of yesterday. We already have our Fibonacci levels on. Look at that, right at the high, right at the low, okay, of yesterday. So let's get down to like the 2 hour. All right. And let's really break this down. All right. Here is where that high was. That's where we got our Fibonacci. Here is where the low was. And again, that's pretty much where we had our Fibonacci. So look, we pull back, right? Fibonacci tells us after it dropped how far it's going to pull back before it continues to drop. Guys, oil is ready. Oil is ready for the sell, and I'm going to sell it right now. All right, stop is going to be right above this swing high. You can place it above the previous day's high to be more on the safer side of this trade, right? But I like my chances with the tight stop, and I'm going to take it all the way down to where Fibonacci tells me it should go for the take profit. Let me see if that's a 1 or 2. No, it's not, so I'm going to push it down a little more. Actually, I'm going to back out to the 4-hour time frame, right? Reset the chart, and I'm going to see, look, here is a low right here, and here's another low. So I'm just going to go for the gusto. All right, that's how I do it. All right, and bada bing, bada boom. Let me tell you something right now, guys. If oil falls, y'all better go fill up y'all tank, okay? Because I've noticed time and time again, you know, whether it rises or falls, the gas prices do change in my area, all right? But here is the play that I'm taking on oil. Again, shout out to Ariel. If you're in the building right now, please sell oil. But she probably already did, right? Because that's, you know, how my team is, right? They stay on top of, you know, good looking setups and plays to, you know, run it up. All right. But here is our opportunity to sell oil, and I have taken it. So if you guys want this play, I will pop it in the chat for you right now. And if you guys didn't get the gold play, well, it's kind of too late, but you know, if ever you guys don't get anything, you know, please let me know and I will pop it in the chat for you. All right. But here is oil. All right. It's US oil. All right. We are market sell now. All right. Our entry price is 77.02. All right. Our stop loss is 78.14, and our take profit is 72.44. All right. So again, guys, we are aiming to make a $4 move on oil. Every dollar move on oil is 100 pips. So we are looking to make 400 pips on oil with a very, very nice setup. All right. So my chart is acting up right now. I won't close this, so I'm going to try to refresh it. All right. So hang tight. All right. And kaboom. So again, getting back down to that lower time frame on oil and seeing how that looks. All right, get these alerts a little tighter. Okay, again, I only have alerts for when oil falls. So if the alerts go off, I know exactly what time it is. And now I see a few more things. Now that I'm here on the lower time frame, I see a break of a trend line right about here. Okay, also see a break of this low, and we got a little bit of imbalance, but we need to wait 4 to 5 minutes to see how this candle closes to see if we actually have a fair value gap. But it's already looking pretty promising that there's going to be one. All right, which is a good thing because again, it shows bearish pressure by the institutions that, you know, they're wanting to place their sell orders, you know, around this price. All right, so looking like it's going to be here for right now, but again, we won't know for sure until the candle actually closes. But guys, we are in a great position on oil. All right, so please get in where you fit in. All right, because that is what I am doing. All right, boom, right there. Again, let's just line this up. Perfect. Okay. So there again, it's pushing up. So we got to give it time. All right. But it is what it is. Let's go take a look at our gold trade, see how that's doing. I haven't seen any alerts go off, but we could be doing all right. Oh, we coming down, right? So again, this is where, you know, risk management comes into place. So that fair value gap that we had, it's not looking too gappy anymore. Look, we broke below it. So now we could potentially be getting ready to drop. And again, you know, if you didn't move your stop loss, you know, you're still going to be okay. But, you know, you'd rather have the trade close out in profit than for it to close out, you know, with a negative amount, right? And now I see that we got a trend line on gold that was broken. Okay. So this fair value gap is no longer valid. All right. Or at least from, you know, up standpoint, this is mostly going to be resistance for now. All right. But we're going to see, you know, if gold is going to make a rebound, or because again, this is a little level right here. You guys just got to know how to read everything that, you know, the chart is giving you. And there it is. All right. So we may respect this and start the rise, right? Again, this is just a deep pullback to this up move when we broke, right? Every time price breaks a higher or low, it typically is going to retest or you know, pull back to, you know, wherever it came from or wherever it broke. And that's just kind of what's going on at the moment, right? Here's a little order block on this market structure. We tapped into it already, and the bulls are starting to show back up. So will it continue to rise, or will it have some trouble with resistance and start to fall? Let's go and take a look at the dollar. All right, dollar still shows red, and it's still just playing around. All right, so we don't know what we're going to get. We don't know if we're really going to keep rising up for the pullback, or if we're going to go ahead and drop. All right, either way, you know, we know just from a higher time frame that dollar looks bearish still. But again, I am expecting a rise, so gold can definitely fall. Either way, we've made our money, and we're waiting for other opportunities like the odd dollar, like the New Zealand dollar, and oil. Obviously, you know, we're in it, but you know, these things are looking very promising, right? To say the least. So it's just going to be a matter of waiting at this time, you know, and once things are ready to go, we will rock and roll. All right, guys. So again, don't want to keep you now. You know, it's been a little bit, guys. If you got questions, any comments, any questions whatsoever, please drop it in the chat. Give you guys a few moments. I'm more than willing to answer those questions. All right. So let me know. Indices are bleeding. Nas is down 550 points. SPY down 94 points. US 30, 340 points. And it's still falling. Holy camole. Again, guys, I'm telling y'all, they're going to be like, oh, the market is crashing. Yep. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if there's no questions, comments, or concerns, I want to thank you guys for joining. Really appreciate that love. And again, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Share it with the friends and fam and get them in the mix. All right. But in the meantime, in between time, y'all know what it is. Have a great day. Peace.